Hello everyone, this is Jurgita with Magic Pond Crafts and I'm starting March craziness stitching. Originally I had lots of different new plans to start, different various sizes, and what you see in front of you is what I'm actually gonna start because I stumbled upon this style that is given during the March of dresses for the wooden dolls that you can attach with the magnet in the back, and it's a collaboration of about at least 48 Russian speaking designers, and we had to pick one dress, not from these but the regular pictures, and we didn't know which dress hiding behind which picture, so we picked a picture that we liked of the like real life dresses, and then we were sent our first dress, and this is what my first one is gonna be, and it's with the sea theme, the little boat with the water in the blue color, and today is March 1st, and that's where I'm gonna start. I ordered more of this plastic mesh. We'll see how it works. It has very small holes comparatively, and big plastic itself, so I don't know how well it's gonna cover it, but the wooden ones that you can buy with the doll itself for the dress designs, it has about 16 count, approximately the size, but it should fit also 14. So this is where I'm starting. March should be my, as I call it, March stitch, not mania, crazy March stitching. So I had planned about probably 25 to 28 new starts, and we'll see how it goes. Some days I think I'm gonna have to start several of them because this was totally not in my plans. So these are all the dresses that I can choose from. We'll see what my luck will bring, which dress, but this is what I'm starting. It's beautiful outside, it's a spring, birds are chirping, and luckily it's not raining anymore. That started yesterday. All the snow, of course, is melted, and after a nice walk outside, we can start on stitching. Also today is the start of a magical school new month, so new weekly homework, new monthly stitching and reading extra credits, and the battle in with Stitchovia Magical Stitch Wars is started also today in England time, midnight. So lots of things happening. I also have some work to do with the full coverages that I'm participating in some games in Russian sites, and full coverage fanatics also have some things to stitch in for that. So it's gonna be a very crazy month, so buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, and hold on to your threads and needles, and let's whip this month well into shape for the spring, so we could have those for example, those beautiful dresses that would fit on us. So let's start. Well, I'm saying hello on the March 2nd in the evening, and I had to unravel the whole lion head because I need to move my frame. So this is all how it looks. So as you see, all the way to the bottom, 3 inches off. So that's where approximately my whole work is gonna stop. I laid it on my carpet here so I can roll it up. And this is what the top portion looks like, about what, almost 3/4, not fully 70%, I think, done. So that's what my heights, what this looks like, and I'm ready to start a new row in here, and tiny bit in here, of course, gonna be to add up a little bit more, but that's no problem. But the reason why I did not stitch as much as I wanted, actually barely, practically, in those 2 days is my dress style, and I'm gonna take you to show you how that's going. And here are my dresses. I actually took this plastic mesh and I quickly like wrapped around my homemade Q-snap so I don't have to hold it in my hand. And I just put it on the stand, and that's how I was stitching, so I can stitch with two hands. So as you can see, I did already two dresses. So this was the first dress. I'm trying to use up as much as possible of my mesh. So the first dress that I picked, it's actually turned out to be the dress on the doll for the style, and this is what it looks like all finished. I have not cut it out. I think I'm gonna do that once the full sheet is full. So this had just over 1400 stitches because there's a lot of back stitching was involved with a few different colors of the threads and few different thicknesses of threads. So it seems like every wave, and I was so happy to stitch that on the 1st of March, the first day of like spring month. And the second one, I'm doing this, and I think I still, by my measurements, I sort of cut out like a sample dress, and I was laying it out to see how it fills out. So that should leave another dress fitting in, and that's a typical sheet, like 8 by 8.5 by 11, I think. So that's how it's gonna be, and I still have at least 3 more to fit in with a little bit on the bottom left. So the second dress was 1331 stitches showing, just a tiny bit back stitching to kind of emphasize more the flower and the lines to make it as a sort of like a layers of fabric going in there. So both have mostly bluish colors in there. So the next one that I picked, I looked at the thread colors that are offered, and that's gonna be a lot of like a grays, a little bit purples, but grays, blacks. I have a whole collection in here. So I think I know which one is gonna be from a whole picture, but we'll see if that's a correct guess. I looked at what color was the most and the second most, and by that I kind of went with my guess. So we'll see what the third one is gonna come out. I'm hoping that I'll get it before tomorrow morning, so I can start tomorrow with the dress number 3. So those dresses taking up my whole day, and not much to do on my big ones to stitch that I wanted, but we'll see. I still have a tiny bit time, so I might move my my frame of my lion and put in a few little bit more stitches in that. And I used this dress for this week's magical stitches homework, and I was using it for the battle of Stichovia's battle. So we'll see what's gonna look this one. So that's that for now, and probably we'll meet tomorrow to see how this one is gonna be. Well, hello, I'm saying on today is the 6th of March, and I haven't done a lot of my lion because mainly I was concentrating on my dresses. So this was sort of like in between, waiting for the new dress pattern to come to me. And as you can see, I finished a little section in here. There's some loose stitches where above, as you can see in here, there's going to be some filling in to do if I wanted to do like a sort of like a semi-equal rows. But I've decided to go all the way to the bottom, so I'm going to finish like long sections like that. And as you can see, this is where the bottom of my work is. So I'm starting this it's gonna be of course slower, but this way I'm gonna be like, I know, fully done versus like row and then come back in there. So that's what my thought is, at least for now, with my lion. We'll see how it goes later on, because some of the stitches like go this way, so I don't have to like park in here and then start in there and then figure it out and cut short. So also before I was planning to work on this, I had some work done already on my last March ornament. I'll show you in a second. And here it is. So as you can see, I have it all already like done all around the perimeter. So then I'm just now filling in what is like a little sky, and that's with like a one thread, some full, some half stitches are being done. But I'm glad that I'm slowly crawling like towards the completion of this one. I still have, of course, quite a few days, so little by little I can do that. It's again while working on while waiting for my dress pattern, and that also helped me when we had to stitch something quickly in my magic wars, and that was like a two colors here, and with different amount of threads, but that's what I've done. So I'll show you now my dresses. And here they are, all 5. I put it like a sideways. And now I'm ready to stitch my 6th one. I got it late last night. So this is fairly simple dress was. It's just a little like a decoration in hanging, maybe like of the sort of like a necklace. This was interesting to stitch the top portion, sort of like a chains or something, like a maybe a leather top would be, with the big belt buckle and like a flap in here perhaps. So far the most favorite probably is with the ship in here. I don't know, maybe because it was the first one, I don't know. But I'm ready to stitch my 6th one, and we'll see how that looks. It's again not gonna be super complicated. It's gonna be like a blue and a purple tones, so you'll see probably in a second how it looks. And it's already the 10th, so I want to show you some updates. So this was a dress on the 6th. So at first glance, it doesn't look like a lot of colors, right? Something like a blue and a purple. But actually, it's quite few. You can see some light and blends, and darker and blends, and going more violet and blends, and purple and blends. And so it's a lot of like blending was going towards the middle of that. So that's what the 6 dresses, first 6 ones left. So those were in the first 6 days. And in between those dresses, as you know, I was stitching on my lion. And here is how much I've done in the past 4 days. So I fully finished this small section and already started putting in some stitches in that area on the top. And actually I already managed to finish 2 more the thread colors in that part. So that's again exciting thing, slowly kind of whistling out a little bit. So I think because it's gonna be blue mostly in this area, and as you can see his snout and stuff is already starting there, so it's gonna be some darkening and mixing of colors happening fairly soon, like you see in this thing. So as I said before, between dresses I was stitching on my head, and actually I have more for you to show, and it's all thanks to my color card that I have in here. I was able to look more up close to the colors given at the different dress designs. So then according to that, I was starting to guess which number would have which dress to choose. And actually today's the 10th, so 4 dresses I guessed correctly, and I stitched 3 of them right here. Let me put a light a little bit for you. So those are 3 dresses that I guessed which it would be by colors and their amount, and I got it correctly. So as you can see, first one was butterfly, and actually on this dress I tried to use 3 threads, and I can tell you that it was a pain for fingers and a headache. I mean, it fills up very well fully this brown is 3371, I believe. But to pull all the colors in between and try to make all those excess a little bit more nicer even, it was a headache. Plus there's lots of backstitching, and some of them you can't see because it all blends in, unless you have it live in front of you. Only then you can kind of see a little bit more where it goes and sorts them out. So the second dress was like a scenery. Maybe I should show you like this way more. So the scenery, it did not have a lot of backstitching except like a belt with the buckle, those birds with 2 and 1 threads, and then outline of the dress. That was it in the backstitching. I went back to 2 threads, and this is again 14 count plastic canvas. So went back with 2 threads, and it was such a relief to stitch actually, even though you can still kind of see through in the dark colors here, but it was worth it not to have a pain in the fingers. Actually, you can see what's starting to happen in here. Plus I have a very dry skin. So that was second dress, and yesterday I did this one, and it was a doozy to stitch, but it's worth the scene. It's like a summer, and like over 600 in the back stitching marked to be done, plus it was all those French knots everywhere. But again, I've stitched with the 2 threads, and back stitching was a lot of colors to lay out and stuff. This actually light green is a new color, number 16 of the DMC, so I'm so glad that I had all the new colors in there too. And again, there's lots of mixing in of different colors, like even the stems of these plant, I don't know what they are, plants or flowers, even they have 2 different colors. So might not see it right now, but it is. And all those little things in here were stitched also again with different color, 762 I believe, but with all the back stitching you can practically don't see any of that color difference from the regular background. But the bird showed up once I did the back stitching. Before it was just thrown in different kind of colors in there, but I love it. And the next dress I'm gonna do again, I guessed it correctly, and it's gonna be something to do with peacocks. So you'll see that in probably a second how that turns out, but I'm very happy right now. So I have 10 days and gonna be 10 dresses done, hopefully. So you can see my progress in between, something a little bit more like a simpler those 2 dresses, and then a little bit more complications started here. And I don't know what I'm gonna pick after that, but we'll see. So that's that, and let's start. Well, I'm tuning in on the 14th, and as you can see at the tips of these things, it means that I've made 3 more dresses. So let's look what I've picked. And again, I guessed all 3 according to colors given and how much we would need. It usually tells you how many like meters you're gonna need of which color. So went by that, and that's what I got. So this whole page was exactly picked designs, the ones I wanted. So first one was the peacock look, and there's like blue shading, and just a little bit of the back stitching was done to do like this zigzag, and that was it for that one. And let's see the latest, which I finished late last night. It was like a city view. So again, just a few different shades of a grayish color, and then some back stitching, and we can see like sort of like a sunshine going around the scoop neck, like that, and the clouds, and the moon kind of reflects here, so I guess maybe that's a water of some type. And let's flip this over. That one was a makeup girl outfit. I thought that was something cute and different, so tied up with the bow, and we see a lipstick and couple brushes, eyeliner, and let's see, that's for mascara. I don't know what is that one. Could be maybe some tube for concealer. By the way, this part of black I stitched with 3 threads, and rest of it was with 2. I did not want to repeat my previous mistake. Well, not mistake, but it was sort of torture work on this, all of it with 3 threads. So I did the 3 here, and as you can see, there is some difference between that and that eyeliner pencil, which shows up a little bit. So those were all done. I have a next one ready, but I think I'm gonna have it a rest today. So I did 13th, right? Did I do 13th? No, maybe I had 2 sheets of 6, so maybe 12. Anyway, no, actually, yes, I do 13th. I'll show you my last one. How could I forget my rose? That was another guess of mine. And as you can see, there's not a lot of the background switches. There's some yellowish in here, but majority was this like a creamy color. But then there was lots of back stitching and going over those details. But I think I managed to do that well enough. So that was my number 13. So I thought 13, then I can have a break and then again stitch. I already have number 14th dress design, and probably I'll start stitching tomorrow. So those were the dresses I was concentrating on, and in between I did a few stitches on my dragon ornament, but also I worked on, ta-da, my George. So this is again 8th row, and I think I did like a 1200 stitches, so you couldn't tell anyway, but this is going towards the end of this whole width. So that's where it starts. So once I've done this, then I can unroll it last time, and we'll have that row and a half left. And by the way, if you haven't heard yet, George project has been extended for another 4 years. I don't remember which one it's gonna be, because we just started the year 4th, I believe. So 4 more years after the 5th probably is done. So there's quite a bit, but as I promised myself, I wanted to finish this as soon as possible, so we'll see. Like with all the new projects I wanted to start, these were not included in there, so I don't know if I can finish this year, but at least by upcoming February, when it will be 4-year anniversary start for this, hopefully I'll be done. So that's that, and I'll show you what I decided to grab now. And I've decided to grab my 2 kings. I have my pattern all ready to go. I missed this project, and as you can see, this is where I pretty much started. I put in only a few stitches, and then remember that probably want to show you how it looks as right now. And that's the second king's crown, you can see, and that's where his face is gonna show up. So probably this time I'm not gonna reach the face, it's just the front of it, but that's why I decided to pull out. I need to give some report on this from one of the Russian groups, because we're stitching there only in big designs. So I'm gonna work a little bit on that, and we'll see how much I can make. And today is already April 1st, so I wanted to wrap it up this month. And we had sad news in the family. My mother-in-law got super sick very quickly and passed away, so I was out of town, out of state for a while, so I didn't get a chance to do any stitching. We were working on the house and all the arrangements. So lots of stitching was set aside for future. So what you can see in here is what I pretty much worked this those past few days when I got back home. And I know the light is very bright in here, but this is what I'm stopping for the March. So you can see both kings in the face and my two kings, and hopefully at least this portion will be done in April. The only thing that I took with me to stitch, I managed to put just a few stitches in, it's my ornament. And here it is. I did not put at all a lot in there, maybe a couple hundred stitches in all those days that I've been out. And designer was very kind and nice and sent me the rest of the back stitching pattern for this, so I can finally finish since it's my last ornament of the dragon year, and that was for the March. So I can finish this without big hurry, and then finish doing back stitching for this. So I'm planning to fully stitch this ornament in month of April and have it all done. So that's where it leaves me in the month of end of month of March, and hopefully I can start today something new for like a charity project, and that you will see in my next video. So I have some more work here to do and put it all together. I don't remember when the last time I actually filmed it. It probably was probably mid-March or something. So this is what you see, and hope you guys have a good day, and leave comments about any of these works and what do you think of my stitch next on in April. And I know that I did a lot of those dresses in the March and they were not planned. So during Stitch Mania, I'm gonna have plenty of choices to choose from for my new starts. So again, this was Jurgita with Magic Punk Crafts, and I have also Instagram where I've been putting some of the pictures. So visit me in there too. And until the next time, bye bye.